Good blessed Sunday. I guess I would say early Monday or early morning rather. It's about 1:45 a.m. in the morning, or a little bit after midnight. Going just to make a few rounds, in the neighborhood. Like I said, it's September the 27th, 2020, time of change, time for the vision, new vision. Just making a few rounds here, because most times 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, that's when a lot of black folks in some of the black neighborhoods, they decide to shoot and kill each other. I just want to just tell black people, and it's nothing racist against anybody else. Let's get God. If you don't have God in your life, let's get God back in your life, because we going through a lot of things, y'all. We going through this pandemic, this coronavirus, just like the flu. The coronavirus probably ain't going nowhere no time soon. A lot of people that's slacking up. When you slack up on things and they don't have a vaccine for it, you asking the virus itself, you're giving the virus a invitation. I'm praying deeply for my hometown of Chicago, Illinois. It's just so much killing. I've never seen this much hate against blacks in the 6 decades or so that I've been on this earth. I just have never seen it. And I grew up in what they call the most notorious housing projects. These are some of the projects here in Charleston, Missouri. But I grew up in what they called the most notorious housing projects in the nation. And I didn't see this much violence. I just pray that the people in Chicago that's doing all the killing each other, I pray committing crimes against each other, I pray that the black folks wake up. Pray that they wake up nationwide. But I basically pray that they wake up and stop murdering each other unjustifiably. I know sometimes people have to pick up a gun to protect themselves. I've been in that situation several times. But black folk, wake up. It's too much going on. We can't all stay focused on one thing. A lot of people focusing on everything Trump doing. Trump is trying to keep y'all attention. He think he on his television show, y'all. And y'all playing right along with his game. You should have a group of individuals that can deal with each thing that he has, so the other individuals can stay focused. We got to stay focused on it's a big problem with blacks killing blacks. That problem is bigger than the police killing blacks. We can't get off focus or get off course speaking about these police killing us. But once we get the police to stop killing us, once we get the Klans to stop killing us, once we get the court system to stop unjustly convicting us and sentencing us. Once we get Trump out of office, just like all the other presidents, Obama, Carter, Reagan, are we still going to let the bigger problem go to rest? Blacks killing blacks? Listen, y'all, I know some people get tired of hearing me saying it, but I just, you know, I can't rest sometime. And another thing, blacks, I see why a lot of blacks is moving out of their neighborhood. You know, I'm about to move out of mine because, you know, I mean, I like the block I'm on, but you know, you have, when you have individuals that come through, I mentioned before on my YouTube about how blacks walk down the street in the black neighborhoods with white individuals and they bust bottles. When I mentioned that, and I got up in the morning, broken E&J bottle in my driveway in the streets right by my house. You know, I started to video it because I had my daughters and them go to the computer and seen the gray car that threw the bottle out right by my house. You see, when you do things and you do it to try to aggravate people, you got to remember, just like a pipe, when too much water keep on running through it and too much water come through it at one time, a pipe would sublet to bust. Can y'all see the moon? That light probably is right behind that light. But you keep agitating people, and people subject to react. I'm not gonna react. I won't react with force unless it's necessary, you know, to protect my children's. And to all the people, even some of my grown children that think that I favor or do more for my two youngest daughters than I did for them or do for anybody else. My two young daughters is my responsibility. My grown children are not my responsibility. You know, I don't care what they say. I did for all of my children and all my grandchildren. I no longer would try to pay or pay to get love in return from my children's or my grandchildren's. I'm going to stay focused on my two children's and my daddy. That's what I have to do, y'all. At the same time, I'm going to do my best to try to stay focused on this black on black crime, y'all. I'm going to try to stay focused on exposing the Ku Klux Klan, y'all. I'm going to try to stay focused, man, and keep myself out here in the free world and not allow myself to be incarcerated for taking somebody's life, for trying to start chaos in mine. It's just not justifiable. I'm going to leave right now, y'all. I done made me a little block. Y'all pray for the 5-year-old girl that was stabbed in Garfield Park this week. Those of y'all going to church, make sure you going to church where a preacher is actually a preacher and not a individual that all he wants is your money and get into your underwear. You got a lot of that going on. Make sure your preacher ain't one of these dope dealers out here. A lot of dope dealers, y'all, they becoming preachers now. They poisoning your families with this fentanyl and getting behind the pulpit and preach. You know, you got to be able to know them by the fruit they bear, y'all. You can't preach the gospel and run around here selling dope in the black community. You can't preach the gospel and running around here getting these youngsters' parents on drugs while you laying with their 12 and 13-year-old childrens. Y'all wake up. I'm back at my point of return, back to the house. I pray to God, man, that the peace be still. And all of y'all that think that I hate my daughter, I don't hate my daughter and I don't hate my oldest son, but it's time for me to move on. I done did all I can for them. You know, I traveled to Chicago. I've been down here for 24 years. My oldest daughter been down here twice. Once when she was about 14, her mother made her come down here because she was acting up and made her come down here with me for about a week. The second time she came down is a few years ago when I was giving her one of my cars. And it was doing, I believe it was Easter about 2 years ago when I was giving her my cars. My son came down here once. He came down here to get some money. Neither one of them ain't been down there since, but I continue to go up there. I continue to do things for them and their children. But I have to put all of that to a stop. I have to worry about my 14 and 15-year-old daughter and my 92-year-old World War II veteran dad who has dementia, who none of them don't help me with him. And they're not obligated to. You see what I'm saying? I can't keep going visiting people that disrespect me or don't give me the same standard that they give their mother or their other family. But that don't mean I don't hate them, but I got to keep going on, y'all. I can't keep on hearing the same thing. I know I was in prison when they was little. You know what I mean? And I can't change that. And I'm not going to buy them years back. Peace be still.